Thank you so much, Councilmember Pennington, for joining us today in the HAR-TV studio. I know you've been so busy since your election in 2009, so give us an update on the initiatives that you've undertaken since your election.
Well, thanks, Dana, for having me. I know I visited with you and your colleagues today, and it's a great pleasure, and I think we both learned a lot. The priorities for my campaign, from contacts with businesses and from residents, are crime prevention being the #1 issue. Many of our businesses and many of our subdivisions on the west side have private security forces, and so my effort has been to improve communication between the HPD and the private security forces to better prevent crime, and that we've had some good results there. The captains of the 3 different divisions who cover District G have been readily available for meetings with the super neighborhoods and with anyone else we ask for, and crime happily has gone down. The second issue I've concentrated on is flooding. There was a great deal of flooding in April of '09 in the I-10 Gessner area. About 500 homes were flooded. I have worked with the TERS, with Harris County Flood Control District, and with the city and the city of Bunker Hill. A hydrological study has been completed by TERS 17, which includes Memorial City and other areas. The TERS proposes to spend $56 million for detention and for drainage, and we think that's a great start. The city of Bunker Hill has also voted a bond issue to approve approximately $6 million for an additional drainage right away along Stray Lane. So we think we're making a good start on that, and that will be completed in the next few years. The third thing that we've really worked on primarily are constituent services, answering calls. We've worked with Mattress Mac to develop security cameras, to raise money for security cameras in the Willcrest Forest area. We've worked on the improvement of neighborhood streets, small drainage projects, water leaks, and that sort of thing. We've literally answered hundreds of calls, so those have been our primary objectives.
And as chair of the Flooding and Drainage Committee, would you give us an update on Rebuild Houston?
Well, I have several responsibilities there. The first thing we're working on is an appeals process for where people can appeal their termination, and had a meeting with the Director of Public Works today on that to assure that due process is afforded to our citizens, and that's coming along. The second thing is that as the chairman of the committee, I'm a member of the Citizens Oversight Committee to develop a long-range plan for the expenditure of funds, and also to develop priorities for the expenditure of funds, as well as to try to envision, whether we're just going to place existing infrastructure or whether we're going to try to improve it along the way. That work is ongoing. We've had a couple of preliminary meetings, and as soon as we have some preliminary recommendations, we're going to present those issues to the public for public comment. And then, of course, the Drainage Committee will consider, the recommendation of the Oversight Committee, the public comment, and develop a long-range plan that's required.
What issues would you like to promote during your second term of office?
Well, as we discussed earlier, I think that our neighborhoods are our most valuable commodity in Houston. And I would like to develop more information that can be used by our economic development teams. I think that will be a very, very forceful tool. Most people are very happy living in Houston, and we need to get that word out. I would like to promote a more effective review of the budget. I think our current procedure of having a review of the budget by the full committee consisting of 14 council members is not as effective as we could be. I would suggest that we begin that review, pretty much immediately, and do it through subcommittees where there could be more give and take among the departments and the council members. Of course, police protection, crime prevention continues to be a very hot topic. We need to ensure that the citizens understand what they can do to get proper police protection by making reports to the police of criminal activity, so that hot spots can be identified and dealt with, because the HPD is always very responsive when they get that kind of information. So that's very important. And I think that we need to continue to kind of envision Houston. We need to do long-range planning on the kind of city we want to be, and try to determine what we need to do to get there. Now, I don't have any specific ideas of preconceived ideas of what should be done, but I'm just trying to assist the administration in getting more information together. How many people we're going to have, what sort of industry we want to promote, what amenities do we need in order to attract people, those kind of things. Sometimes I think that we deal with so many emergencies at City Hall and we don't look long range, and I'd like to see more of that work done.
Thank you so much for your service on Houston City Council and to the citizens of District G. Remember, if real estate is your profession, politics is your business. I'm Dana Kervin for the Houston Association of Realtors.